Hello everybody and welcome back. We are here once again in the White Tank Mountains. This time and this week we are covering the northern part of the White Tanks. We'll be jeeping around, exploring, trying to find an old mine or two, as well as testing out a new piece of equipment that we recently acquired. Now this part of the White Tanks is one that I am not at all familiar with. I've never been out here on Sun Valley Parkway. I got this idea from a local 4x4 club who does runs out here, and that's where I got tipped off about the mine. But there are these desert trails running everywhere out here. It's actually really easy to get lost because they're just crisscrossing all over the place out here. But because of the lack of traffic, we pretty much should be by ourselves today. Unlike the southern part of the White Tanks and Miller Road, there's not a lot of people up here, which is nice. So we'll just might be able to find some cool old mining evidence out here in the White Tank Mountains. So we'll hope you stick along for the ride. Should be at least a little bit of fun, mostly had by me, but thanks for sticking along. So I believe we are getting pretty close now to the mine tailings. In fact, I see a little bit of a cut up here ahead. We'll just get up here a little bit more and then we will go and investigate the situation. So how about that view? That is not too bad. We have reached what I think is the first evidence of any sort of mining activity. When you look on Google Earth, this looks like a big trench, and in some ways it is a little bit dug out. So we are in the area now where there is at least one mine. There's at least at one point in the past someone was prospecting, someone was pulling rocks out of the ground, transporting somewhere with the intention of making money. Now most of these mines in the White Tanks were not at all productive, just because the White Tanks aren't known for lots of gold and silver and other precious metals, but people tried, and that is I believe what the case may be here in the White Tanks. Is somebody came out here and thought that they'd be able to find gold, and sure is pretty, but not a whole lot of precious metals to be had out here. But never quite had a view like this of the White Tank. That is pretty spectacular right there. Who knows what this was used for, but it is in connection with the mine, because all the mine is pretty much just over that hill right there, and we will be heading up there next to see what is left. And I'm calling it the unknown mine because I was not able to find any sort of name associated with any workings on this entire side of the White Tanks. Well, we are very, very close now. There's a mine vertical shaft with some more workings over here. And right now we are just on the other side of that hill. We were on the other side looking at that trench just a few minutes ago. So now we are in, actually, oh, that's a cool shot. You can see we will be right up there in just a second, right after we check out this shaft here. So very cool. Finally found it. The lost mine of the White Tanks, I guess we'll call it. This looks like just some sort of prospecting pit, not very deep, but there's these little diggings and trenches everywhere. So they were likely working little bits to see if they could find a mineral vein, and that's why we have all these little pockets of, basically, you know, this one is the deepest, but yeah, would not want to fall down in there. We have found it. We are up now at the mouth of the mine, here to not really explore the inner workings, but at least just poke our head around like we do, you know? This is actually a pretty decent little shaft here. It kind of takes a dip. There's actually some bees, so I'm not going to get too close. I'm not sure what exactly they were after, but we're in this kind of volcanic rock here, and it's been chipped away and kind of blown away. And the mine shaft is just right there. Or at least one of them, I should say, because there were actually many different entries. I'm not sure how extensive the workings are, but based off the tailings pile, they had a decent operation going on. Nothing too big like other mines we've been to, but something still pretty substantial enough to be sitting here, you know, a decade or so, or even more after it closed. So we'll just keep walking around. This prospecting here is just a bunch of nothing. Possible it was filled in later, but not a whole lot going on. Pretty cool that this is so close to home. In fact, the entire Phoenix metro area is literally just a few miles on the other side of that mountain. But it doesn't really feel like it. It feels like we're you know, maybe 100 miles from anywhere right now. And that's pretty cool. Well, that is about it. I mean, there's really not much left. There's that one kind of main tunnel, a whole bunch of tailings, or at least a decent amount of tailings, and a few other little prospects here and there. There's one right there, but essentially no more to see. This is kind of tucked away in the northwest corner of the White Tanks. I would guess about an hour to get here, you know, maybe half hour to an hour. 5 to 6 miles, best guess. Nothing crazy difficult. You're definitely going to need high clearance and four-wheel drive. Some of those washouts were decently challenging, enough to warrant maybe four-wheel drive. A few sandy river bottoms to navigate through, but that's gonna about wrap it up from this unknown mine here in the White Tanks. We're gonna keep down the trail. We've got one more little goodie planned, and then probably that'll be about it on this video. So I just wanted to primarily come out here, find this, which we did first of all, and just walk around, see what's left, document it, and hopefully in the future maybe find out a little more about the history if it's available. This is very possibly completely forgotten and abandoned out here in the beautiful White Tank Mountains just west of Phoenix. So yeah, we're gonna head back to the Jeep and keep down the trail, and we'll catch back up with you in a little bit. One quick thing before we wrap up this video. If it hasn't been abundantly clear by now, I love drones, quadcopters, UAVs, whatever you want to call them. I love them. I incorporate them into every single one of my videos, and they're just so much fun. They get such a unique perspective. So this is the DJI Phantom 3 Pro that we've been using for about the last year and a half. And this is the Phantom 4 Professional Edition. Now, besides the obvious color difference, there is a substantial upgrade in this drone, which is why I decided to upgrade. So I'm not going to bore you with the technical specifications. I will try and make another video comparing the two, why I decided to upgrade. But for now, I just wanted to introduce the new drone and take it for its maiden voyage. This thing has never been in the sky before, so we are about to launch it on its inaugural flight right here in the White Tank. So let's get started. It's so freaking cool. We have made it to the end of the trail here in the north part of the White Tank Mountains. We've had a lot of fun exploring both the north and the south, and some unexpected mines that still remain buried in the mountains. Some in obvious places, some not so much. Anyways, this trail was a lot of fun. Definitely need high clearance and four-wheel drive. In fact, it's probably going to end up being a new trail on our website. Thank you for tagging along as we explore the White Tank Mountains. We'll be back in a few weeks, but from the complete opposite side of the country on a special we recorded earlier this year, snowmobiling across Maine. Hope you all have a great holiday season. We will be back in the new year with new adventures, new trips, and a whole lot more fun. So enjoy Maine, and we will see you in 2018.